Hey, good morning, Facebook. It's Gerry coming to you from Rythmia Life Advancement Center in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. We'll give it a minute or two for some people to build, and just want to talk a little bit about Rythmia. Rythmia is a life advancement center that uses sacred plant medicines, metaphysical teachings, and the like to bring about this unique change. 7,500 people have been here so far, and 95.02, that's 952 out of every 1,000, say that they had this life-changing miracle during their stay. We're the world's #1 customer-rated resort on TripAdvisor. This little place in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. And I want to give you a coronavirus update today on, hi Tony, hi Jen, hi Zin. I want to give you a coronavirus update today and talk a little bit about quarantine and about this time, this special time in all of our lives. This will be like a 9/11 event where you're going to really remember what you were doing when you were involved in this. And I want to tell you something. Last week I said that I was getting fat and I was eating too much, which I'm still doing, but I did manage to lose 2 pounds this week. So I just wanted to give you an update, and I'm hoping to be, I'm 197 this morning, I'm hoping to be 185 by the time this is over. And I want to tell you something. This is going to be over quicker than you realize. This is going to be over in Earth time in the blink of an eye. This is really going to be over. And I don't want you to miss the gift. You see, this thing is a huge gift. It's a gift to all of us, and it's really easy to miss it. And I want to show you what I mean by that. And people are sending me texts and WhatsApps and emails and saying, Gerry, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? And this is really what I think. I thought from the beginning about a 17% infection rate and a 0.36 to 0.56 death rate, and that death rate will include multiple morbidities and accelerated death and all kinds of things. So it's a big thing, and it was big enough to rock our system. But in the scope of floods and earthquakes and things of the past, right, plagues and all, it's just another thing. The beautiful part of this thing is it gave us a chance to be alone, a chance in our life we have this excuse. I have to get the kids from school. I have to cook dinner. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to run and get the dry cleaned. I have to do this and I have to do that. And that gives us an excuse to never, ever, ever, ever look at ourselves or focus on ourselves. Now we have the chance, and I don't want you to miss it, because there's gold in all of this. There's beautiful gold in this. So what do I mean by miss it? So here's the easiest way in the world to miss it. And what am I talking about this time to be with ourselves? Being with ourselves in this time is a time to reunite, to remerge ourselves with our souls. The same thing we do at Rythmia. There's a great opportunity. This is a medicine journey where you're forced to be alone and examine yourself and be able to put yourself back together. This is the opportunity. What does it take? It takes real self-reflection. It takes time to sit there and to say, this is who I am. This is the life that I'm leading. And more importantly, what is important to me? All of a sudden, your mom becomes super important. Your husband or wife, your best friend, your family, your mother, your father, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews become super important with the thought of your own mortality. All of a sudden, what's important is important. So if you get out of this thing and you did not sit down and write out those things that were most important to you and keep this going into the future, you missed the whole boat. You missed the whole thing. And I don't want you to miss the whole thing. You know, people pay $6,000 a week or something by the time they're done with airfare and all this stuff, to have us to help them do this. Here's a chance for you to do it for free. And all you have to do is take a look at you. It's so simple. It is so simple. So please, and by the way, this thing is going to be over before you know it. There are people that are saying it's going to last into next year. It's not. How do I know this? If I tell you, I'll look more crazy than I already look. But I know. I've been doing journeys while I'm here. And I have some insight as to what's going to happen. It's going to be over before you know it. And I can promise each and every one of you this, that after we're out of this for a year, there will be a time in the next 365 days where you look back and say, fuck, I wish I was in quarantine again. Yep, fact. So do not miss this time. What's an easy way to miss this time? And I tell you, and I posted something about this the other day. I posted something about conspiracy theorists, and I got a lot of shit over it. So I want to talk about it for a second, because it's a big thing with everybody, this conspiracy theorist stuff. Why do I say that? Why, when I see someone who's heavy-duty conspiracy theorist, do I always try to bring them back to themselves? Why does the medicine try to bring them back to themselves? Because the moment that you look outside of you with blame, no matter what the situation, the moment that you look outside of yourself with blame, you get into this lowest vibrational form of consciousness, that the world is doing this to me. And once you're there, you're screwed. And what do I mean you're screwed? I mean, look, I got to really know my 7,500 guests. I did. I met each one of them, and I got into them, and I saw types and what makes someone successful and what makes someone happy. And I have to tell you what, the pointing to someone else, the blaming to someone else, the conspiracy of this is being done to me makes somebody super, super, super unhappy. It does. All of the growth is in me. Okay? Is in me. And what do I mean by this? Listen to this. The Bible talked about this shit. The friggin' Bible. Let the first one of you who's without sin throw the first rock. Boom. Let the first one of you. Now, do you think it was doing that? Most people think it was doing that to protect the sinner. But it wasn't. It was to make the thrower look at himself. That's it. Another thing, too, in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 7:5, right, says, first remove the plank from your own eye so that you can clearly see the splinter in your brother's and remove it. So until you do your own shit, this is what, don't you get this thing, is that the whole purpose of this journey, the whole purpose of the plant medicine journey, the whole purpose of these world religions, the ones that have real true messages, are to fix yourself first, to look at yourself. And I got to tell you what, if you have to wait for your own perfection before you call anybody else out, guess what? You'll never call anybody else out. And guess what? We have world peace in that moment. This is the beauty of this thing. You see, all of this gets back to what's going on in me. And from what's going on in me, the next part of this is, what can I do for other people? How can I help? How can I help? And I want to tell you what, if you think that posting a lot of things about what everybody else is doing wrong is helping, you've got a little screw loose that's got to get tightened up a little bit. Because it ain't. Here's how we help. We help by helping. We help by giving hope. We help by holding someone up. We help by seeing the best version of that person. We help by seeing the beauty of that person. Because in seeing that person's beauty, I see my own. This is what this thing is about. This isn't about division. This is about unity. And either you're a part of it or you're not. Do you see? The whole thing is we have to come together. We have to come together. What does plant medicine do? It lets us put those parts of ourselves that are divided together. And once we put that together, then we can become a beneficial presence on this planet to ourselves and to those around us. And all of a sudden, you're not so worried about your new car, and you're not so worried about a new mansion, you're not so worried about this, and you're more worried about how is my life, how am I going to be a beneficial presence in my family, on my planet, in my community, in my life, for my brother, for my sister, for my community, for my company. All of a sudden, what can I do? And here's the beautiful part of this. In the moment of the shift, in the moment that you take from what can they do for me to what can I do for them, happiness shows up. Contentment shows up. Beauty shows up. Purpose shows up. Love shows up. This is the whole thing. Not what did they do for me. How can I help them? How can I be the best me? And when I say the best me, I don't mean the richest me, the most successful me, any of that fucking shit. I mean, how can I help what I'm in the most? How can I help my brothers and sisters the most? How can I help my family the most? How can I really be involved? And once you're involved, your heart opens up. And once your heart opens up, you're living life. You know what? They say time flies when you're having fun. I'm going to tell you what my version of that is, that when you're closed and you're scared and you're trying to figure it out, and that life drags on like, and then you open up your heart and life rolls through and you get the beauty, the sadness, it's so fucking interesting and so much fun and there's so much going on, and you're such a part of it. You get off the bleachers into the game. Most of us, in my whole life, I sat on the fucking bleachers, calling shots. This guy can't fucking play basketball. He's a shitty coach. That person's no good. Those people suck. And all of a sudden, I'm in the game. Hey, Tiff, I'm in the game and I'm having fun. I'm having fun because I'm participating with my brothers and sisters. Who has more, who has less? I don't give a fuck. I am participating with them. And I want to tell you something. This medicine, I always say this, she doesn't reproduce, she recruits, right? Who is she? She is love. And once you get hit with the love, there's no way you can say these people are no good. These people are cooking this. These people are doing that. These people are doing this. It's being done to me because you're in it. You understand that nothing can exist outside of you. All of that's happening there is happening here. All of what's happening here is happening there. Everybody gets this one journey. If you do enough medicine, you get this one journey where the universe sucks you out of the earth and you're looking at it from, let's say, 2 miles up. And first you're down in the street and it's, and then you're fucking a mile up. And it starts to get peaceful. And then you're 7 miles up and it gets quiet. And all of the pieces, when you look down, it's like looking at an ant farm. It's all working perfectly. And then it pops you out. And now you're in out of the solar system and looking at the solar system, and the solar system's this big. And then boom, you can't even see the solar system because you're lost amidst all of these other stars in the peace and love of what is. And then it shows you all of that. And it puts it in you. Fuck. It's all you and you're all it. And the longer you deny it, the more you sit on the stands. The more you sit in the stands, I'm going to give you a call out to get in the game. Get in the game. And by in the game, what I mean is this. Look at yourself and participate with everyone else. If you have a gift, of helping people, then by all means use that gift. You know, if you die with that still in your satchel, you wasted so much. If you have a gift of music, play it for the world. And don't fucking charge. Like if you have a gift of something and you can give it to your family or your brothers or your sisters or your work or your whatever, give it. This is the chance for us to evolve and to give our gifts. This is the chance, right? This is the wake-up call that we've all been waiting for. Here's the craziest thing. Everybody's been sitting there waiting for the wake-up call. The wake-up call happens, and now we're blaming other people for the call. What the heck? What the what? What? Are you really serious? Are you going to miss this whole thing? Is this going to be missed? And the problem is, it's a slippery slope. It sounds like, well, I just want to get to the bottom of it, and just so I know, and da-da-da-da-da, and now you start pointing. The hell with that. Consider the coronavirus a gift from God. A gift for you to look at you. That's the gift of it. And look at it. If you get that, it was the best thing that's ever happened to you in your whole life. You're going to be more value to you, more value to your family, more value to your company, more value to your community. This is it. Thank you for this. Thank you. And I want to tell you what, I'm not just preaching. I'm telling me. It's doing it to me. It's making me look at my life and saying, fuck. Look at, you were jerking around with this and jerking around with that instead of being what's important to you. And you know what the most fun you can ever have is completely surrender to helping. All of a sudden, it's all fun. Do you remember the times before responsibility? Probably the last time you remember is probably 7 years old. And you were playing in the fucking schoolyard. And there was no responsibility. The moment that you surrender to helping, you're back in the game. You're back in the game. You can be free and happy and joyous and really look at your brothers and sisters and love them. Like really enjoy the fuck out of their own uniqueness. God, please get in the game. This is a chance, and I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be, I have a goal of getting like to 185 or 186 pounds. So that's, if I'm at 197, that's 11 weeks. I don't think that this is going to last long enough for me to get to my goal here in the house. That's how short I think this thing's going to be. Don't miss your chance. Don't miss your chance to see yourself. Don't miss your chance to help. Don't miss this chance to get out of what's in it for me. If you can just get out of what's in it for me, you're going to be 10 times happier than you've ever been. If you can just get out of what's in it for me, you're going to be happier than you have ever been. If you get out of what's in it for me and what can I do for it, you're going to be so much happier. This could be the life change that you've been waiting for all these years. This could be the thing. As a matter of fact, I know that it is. I know that this is the gift within the gift. And I'm asking you, hi Maiku, hi love, I'm asking you to participate in this with me. So how can I participate in this? I can sit down. I certainly have the time. Do I have the time? Oh yeah. There's nothing fucking going on here. I have the time. I can sit down with a pencil and a piece of paper and write my shit out. This is the truth of who I am. This is the truth of what's important to me. When this is over, this is how I'm going to participate and help. And the thing is, I want you to hold these two things. Because when you're back in the world, and you're going to be back in the world sooner than you fucking know. When you're back in the world and you're late for work, and the refrigerator breaks, and the dog got pregnant, and the fucking, whatever the fucking thing is, you're going to want to forget these things. And I'm going to ask you to write them down and to hold them in your heart as the new way you're going to go through life. I'm going to go through life knowing what's important to me. And I'm going to know that when I point to my brothers and sisters, I lose the whole thing. I'm going to know that it's a thing within me, and that this is my chance to give my gifts, however short I think my gifts are. Like, I wish I was a fucking, I wish I was a musician and I could make the most beautiful music, but I can't. All I can do is this shit. And so I'm going to give it the best that I got to be a cheerleader for this plant, and a cheerleader for love, and a cheerleader for unity, and a cheerleader for doing the right thing in life. And by the right thing, I mean to not cause harm to my brothers and sisters, to really surrender to, I'm here to help. And I'm enlisting all of you to help us. And what do I mean by help us? Help the world. Help your brothers and sisters see that it's a me thing, not a we thing. The thing is, it's a self-examination, not an outward critique. It's a self-examination. This is the shit. This is where the love is. This is where the beauty is. And here's the greatest thing. The fucking joy that you've been looking for by what's in it for me. Let me grab some more. Let me do this for me. Let me do... comes to you the moment you stop chasing that and you decide to give it all away. I'm going to give away all of my gifts. I'm going to give away all of my love. I'm going to help my family no matter what. Even though my brother Tim is a fucking whatever the fuck. I don't have a brother Tim, but whatever. Right? I'm going to give it away. I'm going to make my life the life of God. I am an emanation of God. I'll fucking say that. I don't care if you're a Catholic or Jew or whatever you are. But I am an emanation of God, and so are you. And it's about time we wake up to that. Let's wake up to that together. Listen, I hope you have a great... And listen, when this is over, you're not going to be able to get into Rythmia. I'm not kidding you. So many people are going to miss the boat that they want, I want to go back and have this done to me. You won't be able to get in here. You will not be able to get in here. So please, give it a chance. Book in, because this is all going to be over soon. And I'm going to see all of you at Rythmia. And until then, do this to yourself. Do it to yourself. You have the chance. You're not going to have it again. This is the crazy thing with this. There's going to be, I said this, but I'm going to say it again. There's going to come a day in the 365 days that this is over, where you're going to say, fuck, I wish it was April 15th, and I fucking wish I was home alone, and I wish I had some fucking time to myself, and I wish people would leave me alone. I swear to God. So, it's only a fool who has the gold and then loses it and then only realizes when it's lost that he had it. This is the gold. You guys have it. Make the most of this time. And I'm going to see all of you at Rythmia. And because we're all a part of this family, and we're all doing this together, and we're all in it. And you have my word that I'm going to commit to helping anybody who wants help with this. I love this. And not that I'm some guy that has it so figured out that I'm the guy that provides the help. I don't mean that at all. I mean, in all of my brokenness and all of my shortcomings, all of the things where I'm not enough, I surrender to helping you in spite of me. That's the thing. That is the thing. So may God hold you. May God help you. May God guide you this week. And may you realize that you're an emanation of her. Have a wonderful, beautiful, sacred week. And I will see you next week. And we'll be 2 pounds lighter, hopefully. Okay? Don't eat your way crazy. Okay? I know the temptation's there. Here's the thing. I'm not going to say this. I promised I wouldn't say it. But I left myself a bad message in the refrigerator. I wrote down something and I closed it with "you fat fuck." So every time that I opened it, I shut it. Okay. Have a beautiful, beautiful, sacred week. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk with you. It means the world to me. Thanks for our community. God bless you.